MTV is officially going off the air. What does that mean? Well, it means that, from what I take it, that MTV will stop broadcasting its channel, or channels, rather, effectively at the end of 2025. So yeah, MTV is no longer going to be a entertainment platform on television, or cable television in that sense. And I mean, for those who grew up with MTV, like myself, well, I want to say it's a bad thing, or it's a sad thing, but not really, and I'm going to lay into that, so 1 second. Why I'm not too sad about it is because, well, during the late 2010s, the quality of MTV dropped massively, and I'm not talking about the fact that, okay, the music quality was going bad or anything like that. No, the quality of the channel itself was going downhill. They were more focused on reality television shows rather than, what made it so, yeah, iconic, important. The music. If your band had a music video on MTV, that means you made it. And the music was so important when it came to MTV. It was pretty much a channel for teenagers and youth of any generation just, to, gather around and check out just who's popular and who's not, and just, get a break from all the crap that was going on in the world. And then, there was things like MTV News, which I don't know, probably made people dumber, but I mean, it was just about the music, and that's what made it so awesome. There was just a channel dedicated to music. It was awesome, and I mean, once in a while they did have some really cool stuff like Liquid Television when they would have some animated stuff. That's where Aeon Flux actually came into being. Granted, MTV did kind of start a whole bunch of stuff that snowballed into pretty much nightmare fuel for the future, and to that credit, we have to acknowledge things like Jackass and even Beavis and Butthead. In their defense, they did not see the rise of social media and all the dumb crap arise from that sort of bull crap. However, MTV is now, as of the end of 2025, will go off the air. And like I said, I'm not too particularly sad about it because during the late 2010s, like I just said, when they were focusing more on reality television, I started to lose interest. To me, it officially ended when there were shows like 16 and Pregnant, and I'm going like, okay, this is terrible, and they really need to pull their heads out of their asses and just focus on better stuff. But then again, they should have focused on improving the quality of the channel rather than just focusing on the quantity of just cheap programming they could get on. I mean, it's pretty simple to make a reality TV show. It's hard to actually put in effort into something that you stood for. I mean, I had a friend of mine actually tell me that maybe they should have turned themselves into a music platform the same way as Spotify in that sense. I mean, that actually should have been what they went for, making just a music app and focusing on that. They could have even become a streaming platform for music videos, if anything. Or maybe that's what their YouTube channel will focus on in the future. Who knows? Oh yeah, and another dead media entity in itself is, it's been official. Doctor Who has been cancelled. Yeah, and to be honest, I am not surprised. Seeing the current state of Doctor Who, how woke it got, and how they just demanded identity politics. They just needed to shove so much modern, current day politics in your face in a science fiction show. It got too tiresome for me. I did not like it. I never even watched the Shruti Gatwa series. No, to me it ended with Matt Smith, and I just could not stomach it from then on. To me it's very disappointing. I used to love Doctor Who. Maybe it might see a return, but I don't know. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised when it actually got a revival way back in, I don't know what it was, 2015 or so, when it came back from the dead. And then when David Tennant took the role of Doctor Who, that was quite phenomenal. But yeah, I mean, seeing how the creator really wants to push his agenda, show off that, woke is great, you must all hail woke and all that crap. Yeah, it really went off the rails. So, to be honest, I'm not surprised that they canceled Doctor Who. I would be surprised if they brought it back, but then again, if they did bring it back, it's an uphill battle because the writers, they messed up too much, and there's a lot of bad faith, so if they're going to win back fans, who knows? I think their best bet is to focus on comics and potentially a web series just to kind of build up faith with the old school fans again. Who knows? Something that's also quite interesting is that Warner Brothers is still up for sale. And last time we talked about that, we mentioned that the potential buyers were maybe Netflix and Paramount. That's still the case. Those two are still the main competitors, but Apple has also jumped into the ring. So I'm actually quite interested to see what's going to happen. I mean, it would be somewhat intriguing if Netflix ended up buying Warner Brothers, because that could open the doors to them maybe, premiering more films in the cinema and then them coming out on streaming a few days later. Or it could see the return of Looney Tunes on the Netflix platform itself, which actually would be a huge win for them, because a lot of people have been watching old stuff, or stuff that they used to watch when they were much younger. So putting Looney Tunes on Netflix, or HBO in general, would be a huge win for them. I actually am kind of hoping Paramount is the one that ends up buying Warner Brothers, because they have had a better track record when it comes to entertainment over the past few years than any other platform or studio, because they know how to handle IPs. They don't wokeify them to my extent. They don't ruin them with politics. If you remember The Last Robot from DreamWorks, or even what was the last movie that came? Oh yeah, obviously Super Mario. Those are banger movies. Those were just home runs. Paramount's got my vote in the fight for Warner Brothers. Apple does have some strong claims to it, because their series have been great. I mean, I've been watching Foundation, which is amazing. So yeah, it's tough. There's a lot of potential with any of these three studios, but I don't see what the downsides are yet. Obviously there will be, but yeah, we have to see what happens. Also, something that I thought was interesting was that Microsoft, when they announced their plans for the next Xbox, I mean, I have to agree with Smash JT when he said it sounds like they're just going to make a better version of a gaming PC.
On how the company will approach this quote-unquote premium console. Before I even get into this article and talk about all this other stuff, why would you pay for a premium console that costs a lot of money when you can just buy a PC?
And lots of articles are now coming out saying that Xbox has officially given up their spot in the console wars. So now it's basically between Sony and Nintendo when it comes to consoles. In a way, it does sound like they are giving up, because they're allowing their games to be now on platforms like PlayStation. We saw that with the Gears of War. We might see that more with, I think it's also happening with Halo. So in a way, as a PlayStation man myself, it would be cool if they brought out Fable for the PlayStation. The old school Fable. I'm not too sure about the new one. I heard it was postponed, so maybe they are going to fix it, because the main protagonist, from what I've seen, does not look like a protagonist. So if anything, I pray to God that there's character customization. If not, they really need to think about probably redoing that part. So yeah, what do you guys think about Microsoft potentially stepping out of the console wars? What are your hopes for that future? What games do you think that were Xbox exclusive should come to PlayStation? I'm really intrigued what you guys think. And also, what do you think are the pros and the cons of Warner Brothers either being owned by Netflix, Paramount, or Apple? Please let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you all in the next one. See ya!